don't do that, Daniel. A man my age could have a heart attack.
Didn't let her come for me yet, monsieur?
Same question every day. Every day the answer is no. But today, the answer is yes. Et voilà. Monsieur Monet!
My letter!
Monsieur Monet, your bill is overdue.
In closing, my son, I apologize for taking so long to write this time. I'm working day and night in Avignon trying to establish my reputation as a painter. But there's not a day that goes by when I don't think of my wonderful son. Love, Father. But when are you coming home?
What are you doing? You could have killed us both.
Trying to give me the slip again, Monsieur Monet.
Madame Fontaine, I realize I'm a day or two behind in the rent.
2 weeks behind.
But I will have the money. Tomorrow.
If I had a franc for every day I heard the word tomorrow.
You will get your money. In fact, we will soon leave this third-rate establishment for good.
It can't be soon enough, Monsieur Monet. And you should be inside doing your homework.
Bonjour, Camille. Mon petit Jean.
How was your day?
Amazing. I completely forgot what the objects were in front of me. I simply saw a streak of yellow, an oblong of green, a dash of blue. What is it, my darling?
Madame Fontaine came by for the rent again today.
She'll get it. Nag. I'll be hearing from the Paris Salon any day now. I'll be sure to accept my painting. It's revolutionary. Having my work displayed there will mean sales and commissions. Soon we'll have more money than we know how to spend.
Eggs. Where did you get them?
One for you, one for Jean. One for me.
How's your homework going?
Fine. Almost done.
This just arrived from the headmaster. You missed 2 days of school last week.
Because I was, sick.
You weren't sick.
Yeah, I was. Sick of school.
Danielle, if you don't go, you won't get into a trade school.
Good. Because I don't want to go to trade school. I want to be a painter like Father.
Well, you're going to learn a trade, whether you like it or not. One painter in this family is enough. Even the chickens don't like having that man under our roof. They're laying fewer eggs.
What a beautiful morning. Birds are singing. Sun is shining. Scenery is exquisite.
Not one more step, Monsieur Lenoir.
Salut, Pierre. Let's get going.
My rent, Monsieur Monet. Hurry up, you'll be late to school. And you are going to school.
If you won't come to us, Papa, then we'll come to you.
Oh, look at the reflections on the water. The shades of green in the trees. The beautiful wind. Louis de Roy. The cockroach.
How did that man ever become an art critic? He has the intelligence of a newt.
Hey, Pierre, you don't insult the newt.
How old are you?
16.
Oh, and I am the King of France.
I need the money for a trip. Besides, you look like you could use some extra help.
Yeah, I'll get you a uniform.
Is it true your father abandoned you? No.
Maybe he drank and your mother kicked him out.
Maybe he was taken away by the police. That's a lie.
Maybe he just left because he hated you.
Thank you, boys. For, trying to save the world from another of Monet's monstrosities?
You're a skunk, Loire. You believe in paying for your mistakes?
I guess, but
Good. Let me see those coins. Go. This should cover a tube of emerald green, and this, a tube of cobalt blue.
I was saving for a trip.
Well, you should have thought of that before you ruined my paints.
Why, look, Claude. The boy has drawn a caricature of you.
things on the chair.
You won't tell my mother where I was today, will you?
Do I look like a rat? Wait, don't answer that. According to your little caricature, I do. Now, these are good caricatures.
Who drew them?
I did, when I was a young man living in New Havre. You study these if you want to learn to do it well. You show an inkling of talent.
I don't need you to tell me that. My father is a painter.
Oh, really? And where is your father?
In Avignon. He's building his reputation as an artist. He'll send for us soon.
Well, since you know so much about painting, what do you think of these?
They're all right. A little fuzzy.
They're supposed to be that way.
But this is beautiful.
My father gave me that when I enrolled in art school, so I would have no excuse for being late.
Who's that?
That's my father.
Why is he, faced away from you?
Run along now. You've wasted enough of my time.
I banged into a door at school.
Nice try. Now, how about the truth? Are the boys teasing you again? You know I don't like you solving problems with your fists. On the other hand, I wouldn't mind wringing their little necks.
Mama? Why did Father leave?
I told you 1,000 times before. He needed time to pursue his painting.
Yeah, but he's been gone almost a year.
I'm making your favorite dish for supper tonight. Coq au vin.
The light's changing. You're painting my painting.
No, you're painting my painting.
Impossible. I'm set up in front of you. Danielle, would you not agree this man is shamelessly copying my work?
Well, they do look similar.
Ah.
But Monsieur Renoir uses more color and his people are more defined. Whereas you are more interested in the play of shadow and light.
Well done, Danielle. Besides, even if I were copying, would it not be the ultimate homage? This man is marked for greatness. He has submitted a painting to the Salon in the new style. Once accepted, he'll be famous.
We'll both be famous.
We'll dine in the best restaurants. No more squalid flats with nothing but rodents for company.
Speaking of rodents.
You see, my friends? Monsieur Monet doesn't use a brush. He just loads a revolver with color and, fires at the canvas. Oh, and what colors! I'm getting a headache just looking at them.
You want a pounding headache? Could be arranged.
Are you threatening me?
Oh, you're not worth threatening, Leroy. You have the vision of a slug. Your mind is a musty attic full of cobwebs. And your reviews are... all wet.
He who laughs last. Laughs loudest, Claude. I heard this morning that your pathetic excuse for a painting was rejected by the Salon. You see? Who's laughing now? Come on.
Simpleton. He wouldn't know a revolutionary piece of artwork if it spat in his face.
He wouldn't.
Nor would the stodgy Salon officials.
No, indeed.
Look at the way the leaves play with that sunlight. Numbskulls.
Joe, keep your chin up, my friend. À demain.
Insects. Cockroaches. Ugh. Worms!
Here. Let me help.
What do you want?
I want to show you something.
Ugh.
There you go.
You did this for me.
Well, you look like you could use a laugh.
Come.
What are you going to do now?
What I always do. Paint.
Your work's been rejected. You have no money. And everyone hates what you paint.
Thanks for reminding me.
So why do you keep on doing it?
Because I was meant to do this. I must do this. Do you understand?
Monsieur Monet, there's the small matter of your bill.
Nothing but lint. Not a single franc. I don't even have a pot to cook in.
Oh.
They're fools.
Powerful fools.
This arrived today.
It's from my father. He seen fit to renew my allowance.
We can start to pay off our debts.
Of course. But first, we deserve to cheer ourselves up with a little party.
I blow my nose on the Salon officials.
I blow my nose on a little while.
All those painters under my roof. It's enough to make my skin crawl. But for once, he's paid me in advance.
It takes time for people to be able to adapt to new ways of seeing.
And by the time they adapt, we'll all be dead. Come here.
It's Joe's bedtime.
Le Roi is blinded by the light of day and brilliant color. Perhaps he lives in a cave.
Or in a sewer.
He's a sewer rat.
Isn't this awfully dull for a boy your age?
No. This must be the things my father talks about with his friends in Avignon. I'm saving my earnings so I can go visit him. But it's a surprise.
My darling Annette, love of my life.
I'm going to bed.
This room is awfully dreary. Perhaps we could redecorate.
He says it might be worth some money one day.
And one day a man will walk on the moon. I want you to paint over it now.
But if Papa were here, he'd let us keep it.
Well, he isn't here.
And if Papa were here, he wouldn't make me go to trade school. He'd let me paint.
And we'd be in the poorhouse. Your father never did an honest day's work in his life.
No wonder he left. You didn't appreciate his talent. You're a horrible nag.
Monsieur Monet! You owe me money!
Who are you hiding from?
The headmaster. And you?
The Duke.
I'm not working today. Can I watch you paint?
No,
Why not?
because I need peace and tranquility. Quiet, solitude. I can't have you nipping at my heels all day. What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
Try and stop me. Where's your black?
Renoir and I decided to toss it out. We don't need it anymore. You can paint everything with color. Even the shadows.
Why are you painting so fast?
One must cover as much of the canvas as one can in the beginning, otherwise you lose all harmony.
What are you trying to do exactly?
Trying not to toss you overboard. Look at that tree. What colors do you see?
Green? But in many different shades of green. And the sunlight adds some yellow. And where the shadows fall, it's almost a dark blue.
And in a half hour, those colors will be different again. Now that's what I'm trying to capture. The fleeting effects between shadow and light. I want to change the way people see I've grown so used to the dreary colors and the posed scenes of the classical school. I want to paint the world the way it really is.
Pity about the stench downwind.
Do you? More caricatures? Not bad. You definitely have a spark.
Want to be an artist like my father. And like you.
Where did you say your father was?
In Avignon. I'm gonna tell him to come back, though. Because if you could be a painter and live with your family, he can too.
A boy needs his father.
Are you close to your father?
My father traveled a lot when I was growing up. Even when he was home. He seemed far away.
But your father let you paint.
He did, but he wasn't very happy about it. He wanted me to work for the family business.
That's like my mama. She wants me to go to a trade school so I can help her run the inn.
It's hard to follow your heart when those closest to you are against it.
So what do you do?
Follow it anyway. Conformity is death. Well, I suppose we should be getting back.
The great unwashed are clearing out. Things smell better already.
Would you like to see my papa's work?
Certainly.
I'll get you for this, Claude Monet.
These are truly dreadful.
Well, he would have done better if my mom would have let him focus on his paintings.
Well, thank goodness she didn't, or he'd have produced more of these abominations. Don't be insulted, Danielle. One must be honest in one's opinion.
You're so good at hearing Loise's opinion.
Father, what are you... What a pleasant surprise.
I had to pass this way on business. I thought I'd take the opportunity to see what my son was up to. And what do I find? But childish excuses for paintings.
Mama, I'm attempting something new.
For God's sake, Claude, give up this bohemian lifestyle. There's a job waiting for you back in the Havre.
No, Father, I won't go back. I can't go back.
If that's the way you want it. Of course. You realize this means your allowance is cut off. For good.
Entree.
For you. Buy some paints.
Isn't this the money you were saving to visit your father? I will not be reduced to taking the meager savings of a boy. Creditor from Paris. The wall must have told him where I was.
You got bills in Paris, too?
That's my money.
Uh-oh, my mom will probably let him in.
You must help me find some place to hide.
No. Open! Right here.
Don't let them in.
We are here to see Monsieur Monet.
I'm sorry he's not in.
Really?
Where is he? I want my money.
You'll get your money, one way or another. You could take some of his possessions in lieu of payment.
What possessions?
See? You can't take his painting!
Yes, we can!
Oh.
And it's all perfectly legal. What we'll get for these grotesque tongue lickings will barely cover the interest.
Baska! Gouja!
Claude, how nice to see you.
How dare you insult my work under my own roof?
And how dare you paint these things to begin with?
You are blind to new ideas. Nature is not a place of mourning.
Your paintings have no stories, teach no morals, and look like melted ice cream.
And you are terrified of change. I spread my earwax on you. And I spit on your paintings. You can sully me, Loire, but you cannot sully the work. Oh, lunatic! Stodgy snot!
Monsieur Monet, this is the straw that has broken the camel's back.
Bravo, Annette! It's about time.
Perhaps now you can stop assaulting the world with your impressions, Claude. After all, You're modestly talented. You could do quite well as a portrait artist.
Shall I throw a rock at his head?
Claude. Not again, Claude. Not again.
I'm sorry for what my mother did.
Our last landlord kicked us out in under a week. Compared to him, your mother's a saint.
So what are you gonna do now?
Heed Loise's advice, I guess. Paint a portrait or a military scene.
What about teaching the world to see in a new way?
Maybe the world just isn't ready.
But you said conformity was death.
Hey, do you know what I've eaten today? A few crusts of bread Renoir brought me from his parents' table. Conformity might be better than starvation.
Where's Jean and Camille?
Renoir's parents have taken them in for a few days.
And after that?
I've only brought them pain, Danielle. I can't even put a roof over their heads or food on the table.
What are you saying?
Camille's family could take them in.
You're leaving them?
It might be for the best.
It wouldn't be for the best, it'd be awful.
They're too young to understand.
I'm not too young to understand. You're doing exactly what my father did. How can you leave two people who love you? How can you leave your own son?
Dear Danielle, my work continues to go well, but slowly. I don't know when I will be able to...
You've been writing the letters?
You hardly ate. You barely spoke. I only meant to write the first one, but when you read it, you smiled for the first time in months, and I couldn't stop.
Tell me the truth, Mama. Tell me the truth about Father.
I loved your father, but he always seemed so lost. He could never keep a job. When he told me he wanted to paint, I encouraged him. I bought him the supplies. Do you remember how we used to go off for hours and days to paint? I thought perhaps that he had finally found some happiness. I found out later that he wasn't painting on those outings. He was meeting with another woman.
And he left with her?
He didn't even leave a note.
And you've never heard from him?
I heard he took her to Avignon. I should have told you earlier, but I was so afraid of the pain it would cause. Now I see that keeping the truth from you was worse. I'm so sorry, Danielle.
No! You're all frauds.
Not like that, Pierre. Your brush strokes are too feathery. You thin your colors too much. No. Use a darker green.
You must get your hands on some money and some paints, Claude, or you'll drive me crazy.
Yeah, please. I was only trying to help.
You're thinking about Danielle again, aren't you?
Hey. I wouldn't waste my energy on him. He's a pig-headed, stubborn, opinionated little mule.
That's why you like him. He's exactly like you. Now go and talk to him. And leave me to paint in peace.
Madame Fontaine, I realize I'm the last person you wish to see, but I need to have a word with your son.
He's run away. He found out I was the one writing the letters from his papa. What if he's trying to get to Avignon?
Calm down, madame. He couldn't go by train. He hadn't saved enough money. But he might think he could go by boat.
By boat? What do you mean?
Don't worry, madame. I'll find him. Avignon isn't on the River Seine.
No, but it's on the Rhone. They must connect somewhere.
There is another small matter.
What?
It's my boat.
And you owe us rent. Consider us even. Get off.
No, you get off. It's my boat.
Well, you should have thought of that before you ran off on the rent.
Oh, there's one thing I should mention.
What?
I can't swim. Help! Oh.
You can't drown in only 3 feet of water.
I know. And you can't row away now, either.
But it's the only thing you have left in the world.
It will drift ashore eventually. Word will get back to me. Such an odd-looking boat, I doubt anybody else will want it.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
You're very talented. You have a wife and a son who love you. So why do you feel so sorry for yourself?
I could ask you the same question. You may not have a father, but you have a mother who loves you. My mother died when I was a boy. My father has disowned me.
I can't forgive her for writing those letters.
What your mother did was wrong. But you must remember, Danielle, she did it because she loves you.
Danielle! Thank God you're all right.
I take it your father was a large man.
Eat your soup, boys. It will stave off pneumonia.
It was so kind of you to invite us, Madame Fontaine.
Please, call me Annette.
Madame Fontaine,
Annette?
I still don't have any money to speak of. But if you would accept the small oil painting in lieu of payment, it may be worth money one day.
I'm still not sure I believe that, Monsieur Monet. But this creation is growing on me. So, all right, I will accept your painting. And I suppose you could move back in, temporarily, until you find other lodgings.
It's good for Daniel to have a man around the house.
Merci. Annette.
Merci, Maman. I've been, painting too.
It's really quite exceptional. For a boy your age.
You taught me a new way of seeing. You can't give up.
I suppose you're right. What would Renoir and the others do without me? The whole movement would fall apart.
You are so arrogant. Back to your old self.
I should never have thrown away my paint box. Now that was stupid of me.
I couldn't. Your father would want you to have it.
It's for you. You've been more of a father to me than my real father ever was.
It's the dust.
Why didn't you show me these before? These are wonderful. You'd be wasted at trade school. You'll go to art school instead.
Mama.
Bonjour, Daniel.
Bonjour.
I have something for you. I had this fixed this past week.
Can't.
You gave me the paint box, I'm giving you this.
But you should give that to your own son.
You taught me the true importance of my family, Daniel.
Boy, bring me your best boat. Bud, don't you know when to call it quits?
I've never been a quitter, Loire. I'm not about to start now. And one of these days I will prove you wrong.
That's a good one.
You may want to stop for a minute.
Yeah, tis, Danielle. You know one must paint as much of the canvas as one can before the light changes.
Yeah, but trust me. This'll be worth it.
Oh.
I pulled out the plug. Claude Monet's days as a starving artist were almost at an end. Soon he achieved his goal. He taught the world to see in a new way. Not only did he become famous in his own lifetime, he became one of the most famous artists in history.